Need advice? Download the free Hello Doctor app on any mobile phone and connect with our doctors right away for reliable personal advice. Go to hellodoctor.com and chat to a doctor anytime, anywhere for less than the cost of an apple a day. A pregnant woman is a magnet for unsolicited advice and predictions from both family and strangers. Things like, if you're craving sweets, it's definitely time to decorate the nursery in pink. Or if you're carrying high, start thinking with boys' names. While much of the legend surrounding fertility and pregnancy can easily be dismissed as superstition, there are still myths today that are taken as truth. So in studio with me is that Roseanne Mackenzie, actress, singer, TV personality, just all sorts of talent oozing out of her, as well as a baby.
Yes.
How far are you, Roseanne?
I'm now 26 weeks along.
Wow. Boy or girl?
He's a boy.
He's a boy. And does he have a name yet, or you're not going to tell me?
He does have 3 or 4 options of names, and when we meet him, he'll have the name.
It's true. Actually, when you see the little boy for the first time,
Yeah.
he is it happens.
Yes.
And how's the pregnancy been so far?
It's been so easy. I actually, for the first couple of months, was like, am I really pregnant? I haven't vomited once. I haven't had swelling. I haven't had all of those kind of prime symptoms. So I've had a great pregnancy.
Very fortunate mom. I tell you, you've got moms out there going, oh, I can't believe it, that's not fair. So well. But Roseanne, you're on the show today. We're going to talk to you on the Quack Quiz a little later. But first up, some myths. And I'm sure lots of people have kind of flooded you and said, oh, you're pregnant, let me tell you a few things. And half of them are just not true. Have you got any ideas around that? Or?
Well, I do. The first one that I wanted to kind of chat about was the exercise thing. I was told, when I told people about my pregnancy and I told them I was still going to the gym and still working out, what about your baby? What are you going to do to your baby if you exercise? So it's right to exercise while you're pregnant.
Absolutely. You tone down slightly. I wouldn't do it as intensely as you've done before, but exercise is vital for pregnant moms. Not just to kind of, quickly get back into your pre-preggy shape, but for your baby's brain, for your baby's health. There are all sorts of benefits. Don't stop. And just retweet or Facebook them back and kind of go, come on, man, I'm doing the right thing.
Another thing that there's lots of different opinions on is how much alcohol you can drink. Can you drink it all during pregnancy?
That's easy. No.
Yeah.
There's not any amount of alcohol that's safe in pregnancy. So don't even try, not even half a glass of wine.
I'm proud to say I've been completely teetotal.
Good for you.
Well done. Another one of the perks of being pregnant is that unspoken rule that if you crave ice cream at 3 a.m. or chicken nuggets at 9 a.m., you must fulfill your heart or your belly's desire. After all, when else can a woman legitimately indulge in sugary and fattening and essentially unhealthy stuff?
That's a classic myth, man. I hear that all the time. Well, there's some bad news here for moms-to-be. Babies exposed to a high-fat diet while in the womb can permanently affect brain cells that control food consumption in your child. This can lead to a lifelong tendency, for your child to overeat with an increased preference for fatty and sugary foods. So to really give your child the best start in life, Roseanne, fight those cravings from the get-go. Unless, of course, you're craving fresh fruit or veggies, then the world is your oyster. Although that's a bad idiom, oysters and pregnancy also don't go hand in hand, so.
So many people have told me there are plenty of different ways to ensure that you have a boy or a girl. Are any of these true?
What do you think?
No.
No, of course they're not. No, myths about predetermining the sex of your baby abound. From daily timing of conception to waiting until full moon to always facing north, especially if you're having a boy or hoping for a boy. Of course, you should definitely try all of these because you have a 50% chance of actually being right. So why not go for it?
So true.
Did you want a boy? I suppose it didn't matter, hey.
Because it's the first one, so either or
That's
was fine.
amazing.
But we're very happy we're having a boy. There are not a lot of boys in my family. Well, I must say, I'm really starting to develop preggy brain. I went to an audition once a day late. I was there at the right time, but I went an entire day late. So I think preggy brain is a real thing, but is it, in fact, a real thing?
Well, there's a bit of truth to that. We really can't talk about pregnancy and not bring up this whole idea of preggy brain. Is it real? Pregnancy brain is the ongoing feeling of walking into a room to get something and not remembering what you went into the room to get. I can see you nodding going, I know, I'm there. It's known as preg head and pregnesia and momnesia and porridge brain. If you've experienced this as a mom-to-be, you're not alone. The evidence suggests that in the first few months, a 30-fold increase in progesterone makes most women really, really sleepy. It doesn't look like you had that because you got a great sort of first part of your pregnancy. But anyone who's really tired will know that it's almost impossible to remember where you left your keys. The good news is that there are no long-term implications of so-called preggy brain on your long-term brain function. So one less thing to worry about.
Sure. Whenever I complain about heartburn, which is one of the symptoms I am getting now, especially at night, people tell me my baby's going to be born with a full head of hair. Is that another myth or is it a truth?
I'm glad you asked that because, all right, besides the beautiful pregnancy glow, which you do have, Roseanne, it's lovely, there are a lot of uncomfortable parts of being pregnant too. And I'm not just talking about hormonal roller coasters, although that may only be uncomfortable for everyone around you as well, or might be. Heartburn is a major problem with pregnancy, and for many years it was considered an old wives' tale that having heartburn, as Roseanne said, meant your baby would be born with a lot of hair. Well, as it turns out, this is one tale that old wives may have had right. Can you believe it? That's fascinating. Researchers who set out to disprove this were surprised by evidence supporting it. They found that 82% of women with moderate to severe heartburn delivered hairy babies. Most women with little or no heartburn ended up with baldies. So the question to you, Roseanne, is did you have heartburn or not? Or are you having heartburn?
Currently, that's my major symptom.
Oh,
so
right.
I'm going to expect a little boy with a little afro
Bushy
to
hair.
pop out.
It's amazing. Well, there you have it, man. Maybe you shouldn't be rolling your eyes next time your Aunt Gladys tries to give you some advice about what they did in their day. But there you have. Myths abound, but there are some truths amongst the craziness. Need advice? Download the free Hello Doctor app on any mobile phone and connect with our doctors right away for reliable personal advice. Go to hellodoctor.com and chat to a doctor anytime, anywhere for less than the cost of an apple a day.